Hi, my name is Marina Rosado, and today I'll be teaching you about contrast media and radiopharmaceuticals. Radiology is just not about taking an x-ray while pushing a button. There are specific studies that are done in the radiology department. These studies include the use of contrast media. Contrast media are diagnostic agents that are introduced to the body orally, rectally, or injected to highlight specific anatomy that cannot be visualized with general x-ray. Throughout this video, you will learn the different types of contrast media, as well as understand when and why they are used for specific studies, and learn the difference between contrast and radiopharmaceuticals. Understanding this topic can help guide you through the world of radiology. To begin with, radiolucent and radiopaque are general types of contrast agents. Radiolucent is a negative agent with a low atomic number. This is due to the fact that it appears dark on an image. An example of a negative agent is air. When taking an image, areas throughout the body that are filled with air look dark compared to areas that are radiopaque. Take a look at the lungs on a chest x-ray. The lungs are filled with air, and the color shown after examining the chest is black. Therefore, the lungs are radiolucent. On the other hand, radiopaque is a positive agent that has a high atomic number. This contrast media will look white. An example of radiopaque is barium sulfate contrast media. This contrast is generally used in exams that follow the digestive system, such as the stomach. Examining the stomach with x-ray without any introduction of barium will appear dark or black. To highlight the stomach, the technologist will explain to the patient that they will need to drink the barium before beginning the exam. In some procedures, the doctor may request for a double contrast agent. This can be used in the large intestines. In this case, you will use both positive and negative agents. The administration of barium sulfate solution into the rectum and through the colon is barium enemas. This allows greater viscosity to be introduced. Negative and positive agents can be introduced throughout an exam to give the radiologist a better visualization of a specific anatomy, such as the colon. Moving forward to water-soluble iodine contrast. There are two types, ionic and non-ionic. Ionic iodine contrast media in basic terms means a molecule that is separated into a positive and negative group. These two groups contain their own components. With that being said, ionic contrast media has a very high osmolality. Osmolality is a measurement of water done in kilograms. The more osmolality a solution contains, the more adverse reactions. Non-ionic iodine contrast media is the complete opposite. This media is not separated into a positive and negative group, but it contains a low osmolality. High osmolality contrast media can be dangerous because it can cause arteries in the kidneys to expand, which can cause the narrowing of the blood vessels. Last but not least, radiopharmaceuticals are unlike contrast because it is composed of radioactive material. Once introduced to the body, gamma rays are used to detect the pharmaceutical. This details an image of less or more concentration, which helps the physician to visualize any abnormalities. An example would be renal imaging. The radiopharmaceutical is taken up by the kidneys and processed into the urine and collected by the bladder. If there are suspected kidney stones in the path of the urine in one or both ureters, the stone will appear in the study. The physician can also determine the rate of uptake and elimination by the radiopharmaceutical in the kidneys to determine if functioning well. In conclusion, you have learned that contrast media is used to visualize areas that may not be seen on a general x-ray. Radiolucent, a negative contrast media, appears black, while radiopaque, a positive contrast media, appears white. You have also learned the differences of ionic and non-ionic contrast media, and how the osmolality is higher in one than the other. This can cause complications. Lastly, radiopharmaceuticals, which is a substance that radiates radiation, is mostly used in nuke med. You should always remember that radiopharmaceuticals are not contrast agents. I hope you have all enjoyed this video.